Every morning, your alarm rings, and every morning, you hit the snooze button. You say, just 5 more minutes. But 5 minutes become 5 hours, and another day is wasted. Do you know why some people build great lives while others stay stuck? It is not talent, it is not luck, it is a simple secret, and it starts at 5 a.m. Watch this story till the end. I promise it can change the way you see your mornings forever. Once upon a time, in a quiet village near the Green Hills, there lived a 22-year-old young man named Kai. Kai was not a bad person. He had dreams. He wanted to learn new things. He wanted to build a better life for himself. But every single morning was the same. His alarm would ring at 6, he would turn it off, he would close his eyes and sleep again. When he finally opened his eyes, it was 10 in the morning. Half the day was already gone. By the time Kai started his work, he already felt tired. His mind was heavy, his body was slow. He tried to study, but his thoughts wandered everywhere. He tried to read, but his eyes would not stay on the page. At night, Kai could not sleep. He would lie in the dark and think about all the things he did not finish, all the promises he broke to himself. He would whisper, "Tomorrow I will wake up early. Tomorrow will be different." But tomorrow was never different. Weeks passed, then months. Kai felt stuck. He felt hopeless. He watched other people move forward in life, but he stood still, like his feet were trapped in mud. One evening, Kai sat alone under a big tree. The sun was setting. He whispered, "What is wrong with me? Why can I not change?" That evening, Kai met an old woman at the village market. He told her how he felt. She listened carefully. Then she said, "Go to the river at the edge of the forest. A man named Master Oren lives there. He was once a busy teacher in the city, but he left everything for a simple life. People say he understands things most of us do not." The next morning, for the first time in many months, Kai woke up early. He walked along the dirt path toward the river. The air was cool and fresh. The sky was soft pink. The world was perfectly still. The only sound was his footsteps and the singing of birds. Near the river, Kai found a small wooden house. An old man sat outside on a bench. His hair was white like fresh snow. His eyes were deep and calm. His hands were rough from many years of simple living. He had a gentle smile on his face and held a clay cup of tea. Kai said, "Sir, are you Master Oren?" The old man looked up and smiled warmly. "I am. Sit with me, young man. What brings you here this early?" Kai replied, "I feel stuck, sir. I have many dreams, but I waste every day. I cannot wake up early. I cannot focus. I want to change my life, but I do not know how." Master Oren did not answer right away. He looked at the river for a long, quiet moment. Then he stood up slowly and said something unexpected. "Come with me. I want to show you something." He took Kai to the edge of the river. The water was perfectly still. It was so clear that Kai could see every stone at the bottom. Small fish moved slowly. The reflection of the trees in the sky looked like a beautiful painting. Oren asked Kai, "Tell me, Kai, what do you see?" Kai answered, "The water is very clear, sir. I can see everything, the stones, the fish, even my own face." Master Oren nodded and smiled warmly. "Good. Remember this moment. Now, I want you to come back to this same spot at noon today. Will you do that?" Kai was confused, but he agreed. He went back to the village and waited. When the sun was high in the sky, he returned to the same river. But the river looked completely different. Women were washing clothes in the water. Children were throwing stones and laughing. Animals walked through the mud near the edge. The water was brown, cloudy, and dirty. Kai could not see the bottom at all. He could not even see his own reflection. Master Oren appeared quietly behind him. "Now, tell me, Kai, what do you see?" Kai said, "I see nothing, sir. The water is muddy. I cannot see the stones. I cannot see anything clearly." Master Oren smiled and nodded slowly. "It is the same river, the same water. The same stones are still at the bottom, but now you cannot see them. Do you know why the water was so clear this morning?" Kai thought for a moment. "Because nobody was disturbing it?" Oren said, "Exactly." The old man sat down on a large flat stone by the river.
He spoke slowly and gently. Your mind is exactly like this river, Kai. At 5 in the morning, the world is still sleeping. Nobody is talking to you. Nobody is asking you for anything. There are no noises, no worries, no distractions. Your mind is completely still. It is clear. You can see your own thoughts like you can see the stones in this river. But when you wake up late, what happens? The world has already started without you. People are talking, problems arrive, noises fill your ears. Your mind becomes like this muddy river, full of dirt, full of confusion. You cannot think clearly. You cannot see what is important. Kai listened carefully. His heart was beating fast. He asked, "So, waking up at 5 in the morning is not just about waking up early?" Master Oren smiled gently. "No, Kai, it is not about the time on the clock. It is about meeting yourself before the world meets you. It is about having one quiet hour when your mind belongs only to you. That's when you think your clearest thoughts. That's when you make your best plans. That's when you build your life, one quiet morning at a time." Then Oren said, "That's the secret, Kai. One quiet hour at 5 in the morning is worth more than 3 noisy hours at noon. A clear mind can do what a muddy mind never will. The river doesn't try to be clear. It simply needs stillness. Your mind is the same. Give it stillness, and it will give you everything." Kai was silent for a long, quiet moment. He stared at the calm river. The morning light danced softly on the water, and for the first time in his life, he understood. It was never about discipline. It was never about forcing himself. It was about giving his mind the gift of stillness before the world took it away. Something changed inside Kai. That night, he went to sleep early, and the next morning when his alarm rang at 5, he didn't hit the snooze button. He opened his eyes. He got up, not because someone forced him, but because he wanted to meet himself in the quiet. He sat by his window. He read. He wrote. He planned his day while his mind was still and clear. He didn't check his phone. He didn't rush anywhere. He just sat with his own thoughts. He did this for 1 week, then 1 month, then 6 months. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months, and months turned into years. Kai became a different person. He was calmer. He was more focused. He finished the things he started. His mind was no longer heavy and confused. It was light and clear. People in the village noticed the change. He was no longer the young man who wasted his mornings. One day, a young boy from the village came to Kai and asked him, "Kai, everyone says you have changed. What is your secret?" Kai smiled. It was the same warm, gentle smile he once seen on Master Oren's face. He looked at the sunrise and said, "Wake up before the world wakes up. Meet yourself in the silence. That's where everything begins." The 5 a.m. secret is really not about 5 in the morning. It's about finding stillness before the noise begins. A clear mind can see what a busy mind will always miss. So don't wait for the perfect day. Tonight, set your alarm just 1 hour earlier. Tomorrow morning, sit in the quiet. Don't check anything, don't rush anywhere. Just sit with your thoughts. Let your mind be still, like a calm river at dawn. If you liked this story, give it a like. Tell us in the comments, what time do you usually wake up, and what is the first thing you do every morning? Subscribe for more stories. We will meet in the next story. Stay peaceful. See you in the next story.